Yeah, I'm CesarGee. I'm located in Arizona, Phoenix area. I specialize in black and gray. I started with lettering. That was, like every other California kid, we used to write on walls. And I pay respect and homage to what made us, you know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
what made me as who I am today. And I don't take credit and I'm not a gangster or anything like that. This is who I am, I didn't know shit about tattooing. I didn't know how to set up a machine, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing, bro. So I had to figure it out. And they had remember those combo kits, the fucking tube with the needle
Oh,
already
yeah.
in it?
Yep.
And I used to go in there and buy individual combo packs.
It used to sound like a good idea, right? You see that at a smoke shop, you're like, oh, that's so practical because that way I don't have to get a needle and I don't have to guess what's gonna fit what. It's already in one. But remember, it was like not even a 1 inch tube.
And they already had like those blue ones, like they were a little bit thicker grips.
Oh,
They
yeah,
weren't
yeah,
the,
yeah.
but there were
Yeah, the
some a little
thin ones are the
thicker.
ones that, bro, I used to get paper towel and wrap that.
So these cats nowadays, these youngsters don't know. We used to do convention hacks, right?
We used to rig up. Remember, have you ever
Bro,
put the paper towel on the armature bar so it's quiet?
back in that
Yeah.
day, my dad told me you're fucking out of your mind. Like you got to work a 9 to 5 and work your social and buy a house and live the American dream. I'm like, I'm gonna do that shit doing this, And I
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
proved them wrong.
I miss just being able to bust out prints or paintings to have prints and then go to the convention and have like 6 or 8 prints.
Bro, my setup at conventions aren't anything anymore. I have like 4 pictures of 4 tattoos that I've had. I need
Yeah.
stickers. I need
There's
designs.
stuff,
I need
man.
flash.
Well, you know what that goes back to is circling that you're still kind of putting yourself last on top of the priorities and the things that you have going on. I commend you for that, and I definitely relate because you got to prioritize all your time and make it count, right? Where it's going to count the best.
I could fit my whole tattoo station right now in those sullen black box. I could fit my whole station in 3 of those, bro. Back in the day, I needed a suitcase.
Your first convention ever, you bring the whole shop in a suitcase. The biggest rookie mistake I ever did is I got a regular printer, threw it in the suitcase just for TSA to go and molest it. And then when I get there, I try turning it on and it's just jamming left and right. Doesn't hook on to Wi-Fi, doesn't nothing.
Nah.
You're like nonstop making 50 of them. You're just like,
You're tattooing, looking at the people walking by, just tattooing, like, I got you next. There's a waiting list. Put your name and your number there. And then I'll go through that list and I could get you in for sure.
That's what builds you, boy. It's hard to be like a newcomer in this industry.
When I started tattooing, this is back in 2010, dog. So I've been doing this for 14 years, dog. During that time, Ink Master was coming out. All those TV shows,
I remember,
right? So
I remember that wave because I was apprenticing that same time, 2010.
Miami Ink, all that shit was around. And that's where it opened the door for a big wave of people to come and start tattooing at that time.
Yeah.
So I remember the old schoolers prior to me were kind of upset at us, and because our wave was more of the hype artists that were coming because we saw Ink Master, we saw Miami. They were like, "Oh, you guys aren't real tattooers." So we had to fucking fight through that shit. But you see, at that time, we still didn't have it. These tattoo artists have, like, we couldn't buy shit from online, bro. Like if we went to, Worldwide Tattoo or even like Tassel, or there was older ones too, like Element and all these. And then we went through them. We had to put a tattoo shop in order for them to be able to send us supplies because they wouldn't ship them to people's houses.
You had to send your registration, your certification. I remember they would call the shop. They call the shop to make sure you're there. Hey, I had a conversation with a homie Gunner when we were talking about that. He was talking because he apprenticed at Sideshow Tattoo with Pint.
Okay.
And so he said one time he was trying to get supplies and that it was like Kingpin or something, right? Or Tatsol, and that they called the shop, but he was the one that answered. And he's all, "Oh yeah, he works here," He was trying to he was vouching for himself. That's how it was, though. I remember they called to make sure, check address, make sure it was a legit shop, everything.
Bro, even tattoo shows, we had to put a tattoo shop. So that's how me and Izzy got linked up.
Yeah,
so
I wanted to talk about all that too. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Izzy. That motherfucker's my brother. Check it.
How about this? Before we get into it, let's just do the official intro. We're just gonna ramble on, you know what I mean?
We're gonna have to. Hold on, we're gonna have to write that topic down because I'm giving that
I
motherfucker
got you.
mango.
I got my topics right here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's gonna be a story, bro. I want to know about all that. I want to know about your area. You know what I mean? So, tattooing out loud. Welcome, my boy Cesar. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us what you do, what style work you do, where you're located, things like that, and then we'll kind of rock from there.
Yeah, I'm CesarGee, Cesar Garcia. I'm located in Arizona, Phoenix area. My shop's in Mesa, Arizona, right on the border of Tempe and Mesa.
Representing Mesa.
All day, I represent Arizona in a general,
In a wide
because
span, yeah.
yeah, because even though I'm born and raised in California, but Arizona has given me so much, dog. So my all my respect to Arizona. Yeah, I specialize in black and gray. I started with lettering. That was, like every other California kid, we used to write on walls and shit. So that was my
Yeah.
shit.
What got you into tattooing?
So I was born and raised in Compton. I moved out of Compton. My parents moved out of Compton when I was 10 years old. My brother was already heading, the wrong route. So my parents try to, straighten us out.
Right.
She moved us over to Paramount. My mom and my dad moved us up to Paramount. So there's the next city up. So it's like Compton, Paramount, and Long Beach for those that don't know the area.
Yep.
And so it wasn't too far from being in the neighborhood, but I rep Paramount because that's where my teenage years was at, where all my homies were at. That's kind of where I did all my little dumb shit.
Yeah. Get all the starts, huh?
Yeah, I mean, everybody tries to claim something of where they were born, but most of the people that you ask, like, "Oh, you're from there," like, "Do you remember this?" And they don't know shit about it because they moved
Right.
out at a young age. I try not to be that kid, and I pay respect and homage to what made us. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
what made me as who I am today. And I don't take credit, and I'm not a gangster or anything like that, but I just try to this is who I am, There's
You
everything
did
in my life.
you did graffiti heavily like in that area? Is that where you kind of started your
Well, because I used to see my brother like hit up on the walls, and my cousins used to hit up in Old English, all the gangster shit, which was fucking super cool. And I wanted to be a thug, like them. But at the same time, I was scared of getting my ass whipped by my brother. So I didn't really ever become a thug or a gangster. It was more like tag banging
Yeah, yeah, the
because I
tag
wasn't so
bangers.
much. Yeah, like I wasn't so much of a graffiti artist, and I wasn't so much of a gangster because I was afraid of my brother. So I used to just write my name, and I had a little crew of a couple of us, and then we just tagged up everything. And I don't think I really got into the full element of graffiti as far as like the heavens and going deep into LA and doing all
Oh,
that.
sure. Yeah.
I stayed more in my area because at the same time, you got to stay cautious or be cautious of where you're at. And if you don't know the area, you got to be careful. That's how people end up getting, losing their life and shit. So I
Right.
never really stepped on grounds that I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's gonna lead you one way or the other, right? Like you're bound to fall into some sort of direction that you could get cut up in that spiral, circle where people get comfortable. And I had a conversation about this with a client that's working in the juvenile halls and stuff like that, where some kids they get comfortable and they get stuck there. They can't find a
Yeah.
way out. Or if they go out later on as an adult, you do something and then you kind of do some time, you do a short bid, you come out and you're thinking, well, I already done that. It wasn't that bad. Put me back in. That's where I belong. Then you get wired that way. You get wired to get like that's all you know, right?
a
So
hundred percent.
that's kind of hard, man. That area. It's
I have friends or acquaintances I grew up with that went that route. There's one particular person. This kid always challenged me. Because we had this. I always see it even to this day. I'm like, man, if he just had good guidance or somebody that like a role model, he would have been able to be something else in life. But instead, he took the wrong route. And but this cat was he's very similar like me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But fortunately, with me, I had my neighbors, Mondo, rest in peace. He was an older cat. He was in his 30s and always kind of guided me. You know what I'm saying? And his brother Michael, like they'll buy me spray cans, like, here, dog, see, he's here. And I'm like, oh shit. And I was a teenager. I'm like, oh, why?
right.
He's like, He's like, because I'd rather have you doing this than going and doing dumb shit. Just don't hit up in our street. Don't hit up on our neighborhood. Like, don't make our neighborhood look bad, but just go and get, go to the freeway, like, on the side of the freeway, go to the fucking alleys, go do what you got to do,
Yeah, just don't stay in the hood, huh? Like they say, don't yeah, don't
Yeah,
disrespect
dog.
the hood. Yeah,
But now that I'm older, I look at it as in these were role models, bro. And even though they were kind of allowing me to, or pushing me to do this art form, I didn't know what it was gonna make, like how much of an impact it was gonna have for me in the future. You
right.
feel me? Like they weren't pushing me to say, don't do that because you need to be you have a good job or a career, They were like, just be creative, just work your fucking mind flow, just do it. And now, big 35, bro. And to
Hey,
me,
hey, you made it to 35 where I'm sure you're about to get in a car in a topic that you might have not have made it where you are. Yeah,
absolutely, dog. I tell people this, like, we're all products of our environment, but
right.
my homies were kind of making fun of me because they were like, I never said that I was poor growing up. I said I lived in the hood, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I like my parents both fucking were illegal immigrants from Mexico and grinded as hard as they can to make sure that we never needed to feel that pressure. You know what I mean? We were raised in the neighborhood in the hood, but we also were very fortunate to have hardworking parents and good role models. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely.
And not everybody has the same route, but I'm very fortunate on that aspect.
So from that area, how did you like? Because you guys moved. How did you end up in Arizona?
So my brother's always been my brother's he's always been a very motivated person, a very ambitious person.
Yeah,
So he used to always say when he was younger, he was like, by the age of 21, I want to be making $21 an hour. And keep in mind that this is back in the mid 2000s, like early 2000s, like 2000 between 2005 or something. You know what I'm saying? And he would say, by the age of 21, I want to be making $21 an hour. And he would always set his goals. He was a high school dropout and all, but he still had his goals and he was very motivated. So he always in his industry that he worked in and he always found the top heads and try to like shimmy up the ladder, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Rub elbows with people that were higher up just to learn. So then he got an opportunity to move to Arizona and run a company out here at the age of, I was 20, so he was 27. He's 7 years older than me. And when he moved out, my dad helped him move to Arizona, and my dad never went back, bro.
Oh, for real?
So yeah,
Wow.
so me and this is back like 2008 era, 2008. So
Yeah.
all the layoffs, everybody was getting laid off. So my mom
Right.
had gotten laid off. She used to work at Edelbrook Company, the race car company,
Race car.
right?
Yeah, that race car brand. Yeah.
And she got laid off after giving them like, I don't know, like 10, 15 years of her fucking life, dog, like
Yeah.
it's some bullshit. But
That's crazy, man.
and she told me, she's like, mijo, like, your dad said he's gonna stay out there. I'm like, okay, like, what the fuck? Like, what are we gonna do? So
Yeah.
she's like, we could sell the house and then move to Arizona and buy a house out there, or we could write it out and mean you try to pay the bills. And I'm like, first of all, I can't put you in that spot. This is your home. You
Right.
do what you feel is best. She's like, all right, fuck it, we're selling it. So we sold it, or they sold it. And in 2010, like 2000, at the end of 2009, we moved to Arizona, like in December, bro.
Dang.
And I went back though. I was like, fuck Arizona, hell no,
Yeah.
bro. I'm California to the, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying, to
yeah.
live and
Well,
die in LA. Fuck this.
you're used to Cali, bro. You get that Arizona, everything, the heat and the area, the I can only imagine because the times that I visited Arizona, it's always like not a culture shock, but it's definitely an environmental shock because of the area, the dryness, there's like segregated areas that are still it's a real thing, you know?
No,
And I
yeah,
noticed that, so I can see where you're coming from, you know?
dude. And I came out here, bro, and I was like, nope, I'm going back, bro. And I left. I went back to Paramount, and I ended up at my homie's house. And I told him, I was like, hey, let me crash out right here. He told me, he was like, yeah, but you got to get here early if you need a spot to sleep. And I'm like, what you mean
What does that
early?
mean, huh?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like, so I pull up, bro, and there's like legit probably like 10 of us, bro. Homeless
Mm.
motherfuckers, dog, right there, dog. And we're like, what the fuck? So his mom used to work night shift. So all the homies would crash out at his house, bro.
Got
So I
you.
got a little corner, like in his room, like a little corner, bro. I felt not bad, but it made me realize like this ain't home no more, bro.
Right.
I
Yeah.
have a home. It's just not here no more. So I was there for like 2 days and I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out. And
That's crazy.
I drove back to Arizona for, and ever since then it changed my perspective. And I said, this is my home now.
Yeah.
And I embraced it. And little after that, I met my wife, and that was it, bro. Like I just anchored here, and this is where it's home. So
That's
I still
crazy,
pay.
man.
I still say that I'm from LA or from Paramount, but I don't really go out of my way to fucking like be all LA'd out, just
Right.
because I don't want to get that perception of me trying to like flex on people. I
Well,
just
there is like a stigma or a stereotype even with that, especially in our industry when we're in the East Coast and we say we're from the West Coast, we either use it to our advantage or that's almost like you said, like a flex or something, right? Like you're trying to
yeah,
finesse the convention per se, like an example. You know how it
yeah.
is, man. If we're in Jersey, New York, whatever, Florida, and
You're
it's
trying to
all
sell that West Coast art. We're trying to sell
that's what
that
we're
West Coast.
man, all day we're like, I'm from the West.
So I do that Chicano shit, like
Yeah,
that shit
right,
that you
right.
guys don't really do. I got you. But with this
Exactly.
internet shit now, with the ability of everybody going on the internet, bro, like, is there even a West Coast thing now? Because
No, man.
everybody has access to any style of tattooing, bro.
And
And dude, I've
it's
been
cool
looking
how
at these,
it's cool how it like made it overseas, across the states, across the country. It's crazy, you
bro.
know?
Bro, I had a couple homies, like my homie Gabri and this dude named Jacko from Italy, bro. Jacko is fucking insane in the Chicano art, bro. Like, have you seen those Viet monster dudes? The
Yeah, yeah,
Vietnamese
yeah.
dude? Bro, my cousin, shout out to my cousin Ivan the Great. He's a barber. That motherfucker
Shout out
trending like a
Ivan.
motherfucker. Yeah, that was my cousin. But that fool went out there. They flew him out, and he was chilling with the at the Viet monster fucking tattoo barber shop, and
Crazy. Yeah, yeah.
and and it just he's like, dog, it's crazy that they embraced our fucking culture so much
Yeah.
that they call themselves Chicanos, dog. I'm like, damn, bro, like
It's like we're
that's
doing it wrong.
crazy. All right, dog. I guess I'm gonna start doing traditional fucking
Oh, yeah,
Americana
yeah.
now, dog.
It's good. I'm gonna start, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go be a bellman or what's those at the hotel or something. I've seen in Japan, they embrace our Hispanic, that Chicano culture tough with the lowrider scene.
Bro, that's
It's
and,
crazy.
and 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 that's no fair, fool. That's no fair, dog.
That's
And I'm
not
gonna tell you
fair.
why there's no fair, dog. They have access to all the dope ass parts for cheap as hell, fool. I can't
Yeah.
buy a 6'4", dog. I can't afford that
No, dude,
shit,
out there they
dog.
got those rides are hooked up, bro. Have you seen them? They do like even if you go out into town or whatever, they have instead of going out there to check out the imports, we see Impalas, we see whatever the case, and we're like,
Have you been
man,
out there?
no, not yet. I want to make it a thing to go out there. It'd be sick. I
All
know
right, dog.
it is went out there. Did you go out there with them or no?
Fuck no, that motherfucker went by himself.
Industry inks have been around for a while, and recently they expanded their pigment range. Everything from your primary colors, opaque grays, brand new anime skin tone, bright neon fluorescent tones, gray wash set, and black lining ink. If you haven't yet tried out this high quality pigment, head on over to industryinks.com. And with your order, you can take advantage of a special promo code using OUTLOUD for an exclusive discount. Try out their new range for yourself, and thanks again for the partnered sponsorship. You planted your roots in AZ. You're with your lady, and how did you get your job before tattooing? Because you weren't tattooing already in Arizona, right? Because you're still
No,
kind of.
I started tattooing because of her, bro.
Oh, okay, got you.
So check
Dang,
it,
so
dog.
she put you to work, huh?
Bro, I fucking love this girl, bro.
That's what's
My
up,
wife,
dude.
she's
That's
the
what you
fucking
need. That
greatest, dog.
teamwork.
And we have our ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? Like
Everybody
every other
does.
marriage, but we've been riding for what, 14, 15 years or something like that. And when I'm I had this job, bro, and I always had this issue, bro, with authority, bro. Like these fucking supervisors at these companies used to always try to punk me, bro. Like, like, cause they'll punk any little youngster,
Yeah,
I'm the
they belittle
supervisor,
you,
so
whatever.
you. And I've always been about respect. Growing up, I respect everybody, dog, and I have a lot of acquaintances. I got rub elbows with a lot of people, and this is on some real life shit. A lot of people might not like me, or they might feel like that I'm some sort of type of person. But honestly, I always try to do the utmost respect until whatever reason we don't vibe. But I would never
Right.
disrespect, right? So I remember going. I into one of my supervisors at this print shop I used to work at, and he used to punk all the young kids, the 18 to 20 year olds, and I was fucking 20 years old, and he tried to like punk me in front of the other youngsters, like try to like assert dominance on me,
Oh
and he's
yeah, get
like,
that alpha.
and I wasn't having it, bro. And I was like, all right, dog, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my area and you're gonna come to me, right? Because my machine's not running. So you're gonna be now they're gonna get on your ass because you're the supervisor.
Right.
Why isn't
Yeah.
my machine running? So he hits the corner and I see him and I jump up and he's about to say a word. I remember this like it's been like 15 years, dog, or 14 years, something like that. But I remember this shit clearly, bro. And he went like this, like to say something. I said, wait, 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 wait. Make sure the next fucking word out your mouth comes with the utmost respect towards me, dog, because I don't play that shit. I don't disrespect you and you don't disrespect me, dog. I won't allow this shit to happen. And then that fool looked at me and he turned around. I guess he felt threatened by me when
Well, you
I
got to
said
come
that
correct. You got to, know
and
his
he went
place.
and
Yeah.
yeah, dog. So he went and told the plant manager this shit, dog, and the plant manager called me into the office and tried to do a write up. I was like, hell no, you better write that fool up too. When that motherfucker signs it, that's when I would sign it. But
Right.
other than that, I'm not signing that paper. And they're like, and they were tripping out because, you gotta, these factory workers, some of them don't know that you don't have to sign paperwork, bro.
Right.
You feel me? And being that my brother was always a supervisor or managers or plant managers of these companies, he always taught me that, hey, dog, like, don't ever get punked.
Yep.
So I ended up quitting a little bit after that because after that they were trying to make my life a living hell. I went home and I told my wife, I was like, hey,
Miserable,
I
huh?
don't. Yeah, I was like, look, check it. I don't. I went home at break time. So I used to work, like I literally worked around the corner from my house, bro. And I went home for break, and I was like, I don't want to fucking, I don't want to go back to work. And then she's like, go back, get your stuff, and then just shoot back in lunch and just say fuck them. And I was like, look, I already have everything packed. I already have it in my car. Like, and she's like, oh, you just needed me to do the assurance of just saying that you're
Yeah,
doing the
just to
right
give you
thing. I was like,
the grace, the blessing, the
that's it, dog. And I
yeah.
said, and she's like, all right, fuck it, and don't go back. And I still lived at my parents at that time, right? Me and her used to live at my parents' house. So my dad was like, no, mijo, hell no. Like, you gotta go and give a 2 week notice and you gotta do it right just in case you ever want to go back or you need to go back. I'm like, nah, I'm trying to close that door forever. Like,
Right.
fuck that. And that was the last job I ever had. I started tattooing. By that time, I was already kind of in a shop. I never did an apprenticeship, but I was in a street shop that kind of took me in.
Were you just hanging
Showed
out in the shop or like what were you?
no, so there was this shop and in Chandler, Arizona, and it was a hood shop. It was a street shop, bro. Like it was a street shop, bro. Like
Oh
that
yeah,
shit.
I could imagine.
Now that I look back at that shit, I'm like, what the fuck? Why was I there? But anyway,
Yeah,
not in a bad way. I
I
learned a
get it.
lot.
Yeah, I get it.
I learned a lot, and I learned a lot of things that I don't want to run my shop. So,
Exactly. That's your hey,
you know,
that's how you're gonna learn that was your mentorship right there with business.
exactly, dog. So when I went there, this dude was like, "Damn, you're tattooing a lot." I was like, "I have a lot of like people that want to get tattooed. I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing."
Right.
So he was like, "Well, you could come and tattoo here at the shop. You just can't tattoo walk-ins or my clients, but you could tattoo your clientele, and I kind of will guide you a little bit towards it. It's not an apprenticeship, but I will guide you as a homie." And I would just clean the shop. It was kind of like an apprenticeship,
Right, right.
but I think that he didn't want to make it an apprenticeship just in case if I failed or didn't make it or didn't get good, he didn't want that shit to look bad on him.
Right, right. I
You
get it.
feel me?
No. Yep.
So, but I just after a while I broke off and I just started doing, figuring it out. I started traveling
How
more.
did you find that shop though? Like, how did you run into that place? Like, were you just
That
hanging?
so I didn't know shit about tattooing. I didn't know how to set up a fucking machine, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing, bro. So I had to figure it out. And somebody told me this shop sells supplies. So I went and they had remember those combo kits, the fucking tube with the needle
Oh,
already
yeah.
in it?
Yep.
And I used to go in there and buy individual combo packs.
It used to sound like a good idea, right? Because you're thinking like as a street, like as a scratcher or whatever you want to call it. And you see that at a smoke shop, you're like, oh, that's so practical because that way I don't have to get a needle and I don't have to guess what's gonna fit what. It's already in one. But remember, it was like not even a 1 inch tube. It was like a pencil. Remember that? It had like a little grip. Some of those
No,
had like,
well, yeah, but at this time when I started in 2010, they already had like those blue ones, like they were a little bit thicker grips. They
oh
weren't
yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah.
they had the pencil ones still, but they were
Yeah, the
some a little
thin ones are the
thicker.
ones that, bro, I used to get paper towel and wrap. I used to
Dog,
before the wrap was a thing, that adhesive wrap, but
hey, hey, dog. All right, so these cats nowadays, these youngsters don't know, dog.
oh,
We used to do convention hacks, dog. Right,
we used to rig up. Remember, have you ever
bro.
put the paper towel on the armature bar so it's quiet?
Yeah, and that's how I started, bro. But
Who had tattoos? Did you already have some tattoos or no?
I had some. So before I left Cali, there's this guy in I think it was like Norwalk area. His name was Rudy. He passed away already. Rest in peace. And
Oh, man.
but his tattoo name was Bastard Tattoos.
Okay.
He would do it out of his kitchen, bro. And I got my half sleeve there, and he did solid work, like solid. Like even to this day, like it's still good work. It wasn't like super magnificent, but for the time, it was dope, bro. And so I kind of had an idea a little bit of what it was to be a tattoo artist, so
Yeah.
or scratcher, sort of, but I didn't know the future that tattooing had. At the time, I was just doing it. So it was different. Like it's like now everybody, not everybody. Let me rephrase it. Now a lot of these artists, it's like their parents buy them fucking drawing pads and pencils, and then they like, here, I bought your tattoo machine. You could do it, mijo. Back in that
Yeah.
day, my dad told me, you're fucking out of your mind. Like you got to work a 9 to 5 and work your social and buy a house and live the American dream. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that shit doing this, and I
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
proved them wrong. I proved
That's
them
for
wrong,
sure.
bro.
Yeah. But how did you get into the like, because you do some amazing canvas art, like some crazy pencil art. I mean, I've seen you knocked out some stuff where you had to lay it on a table and you're there
I'm
like not
still
even
working on
trying
that.
to,
I'm still working on
bro,
it,
that is
bro.
insane. I'm gonna get a
Talking
picture of that and
about
put
it.
it on the pod and everything, bro. But yeah, like how did you get into actual like physical, pencil to paper or pen on paper? And then because all the forms of mediums of art that you paint and create, how did
So
you start
so
all that besides spray paint, like doing the graffiti and stuff?
so check it, dog. I didn't know this growing up because you don't really know these situations when you're a kid. You just live your life, and that's the life that you live. You don't understand what's
Right.
wrong with you. You don't know if something's wrong with you or not wrong with you because life through your eyes has always been the same.
Yep.
You are, and I'm gonna get into the whole medium of that. But what I'm saying is like if you keep a dog in a kennel his whole life and never take him out, he would think that that's his life, right?
Right.
He won't be sad or nothing because his whole life has been there.
That's all he knows, right?
That's all he knows. That's all his eyes knows, dog. So I never realized, I never knew that I was colorblind or color deficiency, dog. But
That's
I
wild.
knew, but I've always known that I can never do color pieces, bro. So when I used to do graffiti, my color graph fucking was trash, bro. It used to confuse me. It was colors wouldn't match. I didn't understand it. I couldn't see it. Drawing with color pencils or color or crayons, I couldn't do it, bro. Like it was just, I had to pretty much, what is it called? Paint by numbers.
The paint by
Like,
cut, yeah, paint by numbers, yeah.
like red goes
One
in,
to one, all the ones, all the threes, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I couldn't do none of that. But I used to think it was just because I was a fucking idiot. Come to find out I'm fucking color deficiency and I couldn't
That's
see certain
crazy,
shit,
dude.
dog.
That's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? So I used to try to oil paint couldn't get it. I used to try to acrylic paint, couldn't get it, bro. I'll get frustrated. I'll try to airbrush, I couldn't get it because I would try to do different colors.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I could always go back to was always pencil or charcoal. Real simple. You got your darks and you got your lights, and that's it. And you
Yeah.
can make some amazing fucking art.
It's monochromatic, just kind of keep it all one
Exactly,
scale,
dog.
right?
So instead of me trying to be more and try to be like, oh, I'm gonna be the fucking ink master and do everything, that's when I started like taking shit out of what I didn't want to do. So it's like I always tell my artists, or not my artists, because everybody's independent in my shop, but I tell the artists at my shop, like, hey, if you don't like doing cover-ups, don't fucking post cover-ups.
Right.
Because you're gonna get people that want cover-ups.
That's your commercial. That's what you're gonna promote. You got to be smart about it.
Exactly, dog. Like
Yeah.
if you hate doing lettering or hate doing Bible verses, then don't post Bible verses. Even though you could do it fucking amazingly, if you don't like doing it, then don't post it.
Yeah.
Right? So I got to that point where I know that my strong suit is black and gray. Or for me, I know that there's some amazing artists out there, and I'm just a little fish in a big ass ocean, dog. But I love swimming with the sharks, dog. I don't give
Hell
a
yeah.
fuck. So like, let's do this shit. Like, I don't care. I'm not threatened by nobody because I know who I am, bro. I
Right.
know what I could do, and I know what I'm capable of, and I know how to hold my own, and that's it. And
So
that's
you
how I
started off with all like the pencil, the graphite, charcoal, like you started doing all that art on like just getting supplies little by little, or how did you like? Because you're already, because I can imagine you're already started tattooing, right? Like in the shop, or you're
right,
starting to get your the chops
right.
up and everything. And then in there, did you get inspired to start drawing more and working on finessing that art and things like that, or how did that work?
Yeah. So I started by doing, I could I started doing a couple of my I did a couple lowriders that I drew, and then I know I did a couple of my dogs. I had this what do they call these? Like a series, like of when you do multiple pieces.
Yeah, like the whole series set or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's about my dogs, bro. Like I love drawing dogs.
that's tight.
But I make them into payasas or payasos. Like
Oh,
that my bullies are all made into payasos.
right.
And that big drawing, one day I was like, hey, I want to really do a big fucking drawing. And I saw Jose Lopez, and I've known of Jose Lopez my whole fucking life. He's always been somebody who I admire. Back in the day, we had the Steve Soto books, the
Right.
Jose Lopez, the
Steve
fucking
Soto, yep.
Boog, all these artists, and we didn't have the internet. We had flash
Teen
books or
Angel.
flash sheets.
Remember Teen Angel? Did you ever get
Teen
those
Angel,
books?
dog, lowrider art,
The
the
lowrider art.
magazine.
That's how you get a lot of upcoming, and then all the prison art too was on there.
Bro. So I started seeing that Jose Lopez was doing, he's been doing those amazing fucking pieces lately, like fucking, I don't know, on a whole nother level, fucking
Killer.
art with
Yeah.
pencil and graphite. And I said, I want to do a big fucking drawing. And my wife was like, how big you want to go? I was like, I want to do like a 6 feet by 6 feet fucking drawing. I just said that, right? I go and I get a fucking 4 foot by, I think it's like 5 feet or 4 feet by like 3 feet. And
Yeah,
this
the big
fucking board
sheets.
is big, bro. And I'm like, and I'm trying to do a 6 foot one. Like, this is big as hell. Like, let me start with this one.
Right.
And once I finish this one, then I go on a bigger scale. So I haven't figured out how to get a paper so big where I could do like a whole wall paper. So I'm trying to figure that out right now. That's why I haven't started it. I have a couple ideas on how to do it, but
The large one that I seen, let me see if I can pull it up real quick, because that way I could reference it while we're talking about it. Um, but the
is
large
that it,
one,
is that
yeah,
Virgin Mary
the Virgin Mary is hard.
interpretation?
Yeah, I like that one.
Dude, it's really, really smooth. And you know what's crazy about that piece, bro? When I started it, I have time lapse of it because I wanted to time lapse it. Then I
Yeah,
got to the point where
I remember seeing the progress of it. Yeah, that Virgin Mary one's the one that I saw you like you're time lapsing it. But on this piece, if you look at it really good, I mean, you're able to zoom in on you're able to like crunch down on the very tiniest of details. Like from the face, the eye. I remember you had a video when you're working on all like the structure of it.
Yeah.
And what size is that? It's just like a standard pencil. What is it? What are you using for this piece?
Uh, just graphite pencils, bro.
It's
Just
graphite?
graphite.
Because I was
Just,
gonna say it's very keen. Like that video right here where you have like working on the side, and it's smart how you have obviously like with the paper. So because I mean you're moving it around, and if you haven't worked with graphite or charcoal, you'll see that man, that stuff can get everywhere. So
yeah, very smudgy, very easy
very
to
easy to
get it
smudge,
everywhere.
which is you could use that to your advantage also when you're kind of working with gradations and things like that. But I
I
mean,
I was and on this drawing, I haven't finished it, but I need to finish it because a couple of our homies here locally are doing an art show soon, and I want to put it in an art show.
yeah, it's looking sick,
Um,
dude.
and I didn't know that I was using the pencils wrong. So I have a lot of shininess to that image. Like if the light hits it in a certain angle, it shines too much.
Oh, gotcha.
And so I was talking to Jose Lopez and I asked him a lot of questions. I said, hey man, like I haven't seen your art in person, so I don't know if it has that, but I'm having this trouble where it's just too damn shiny in certain angles.
Like, how
He
do you
said,
make it
you're
matte kind of thing, right?
right. So what happens is that you gotta it all goes back to good quality supplies, bro. And
It's down to that 100%, you know?
and we think that, oh, I could just draw whatever because an artist does like, no, bro. Like I got the art, what is it, Arches?
Oh, Arch, yeah,
Fucking
the
what?
Arches book, yeah.
Dude, that paper's so dope.
It's different, dude. Even so I did a lot of the traditional flash, like actual painting stuff, like the spit shading. Even
Yeah,
spit shading on that kind of paper versus like the cheap stuff. Like if you go to like a cheaper brand and then you even go to that mid grade, every single paper, like you mentioned right now, has a certain technique to approach it and to to create these pieces like you were saying.
yeah, dog. So Jose Lopez told me that he's like, you gotta find the hairs on that paper and don't damage them. You have to go where you're laying graphite, but it's just layers and layers. So he's like, if you see something really dark on my drawing, he's like, I didn't push down and get it dark. He's like, that's hours of me just layering
Building
and
it up.
layering,
Yeah.
making sure that I don't fuck up the paper. And I'm like, fuck. So how many hours are in these fucking drawings? Because I'm like,
Imagine,
I don't
dude.
know. I'm in a shit ton of hours in this one, and the paper's
He
damaged,
tells you to
and I'm
slow
like,
down even more.
dog. I'm like,
Yeah,
my
homie, that's
ADHD.
wild, dude.
I
I didn't
got
even think about that.
ADHD, dog. I'm trying to finish this shit, dog. I can't. This is gonna drive me crazy, dog.
About to
But
go in there one pass with the Sharpie on.
you don't understand. Like people don't understand when you're an artist and you're drawing something or you're painting something, and then out of a sudden it's coming out fucking amazing, and then you have this bright fucking idea that hey, I should do this different,
Yeah,
and you fuck it up, bro, and you just toss the whole thing away, bro.
it's a wreck. There is no
Bro,
like, even if you can like adjust, do a minute adjustment, but like an eyesore to you as a creator because you see it, and then it's just gonna be a nightmare, you know?
dude, and it'll fuck with you, dog, and it'll fuck
Yeah.
with you. Now, I'm trying to. I've been in this last shit like last year, early at the end of last year. I've been trying to change my ways, and I'm not saying like change my ways. I'm trying to uh, practice um, different techniques of living, into setting goals, into setting. I noticed that I wasted a lot of time by, a lot of time sleeping, a lot of time on TikTok, a lot of time on
Right.
Instagram, watching other people do shit where I'm like, I'm not doing anything. So I need to fucking focus, right? So it's not an easy transition because it's everything's a routine that you need to build. So
Right.
lately I've been trying to build it, but I haven't got back to my drawing because it hasn't been implemented into my schedule. So right now, every day I wake up at 5 a.m. to get my day started. My kids go to school at 6:30. My other one goes to my
Right.
youngest go to school at 7:30. I'm trying to go to work. I'm trying to be home. I'm trying to be a dad, a husband,
Yeah.
all this other stuff, work, pay the bills. But right now, being an artist isn't implemented in my day-to-day routine, and I need to implement it into my day-to-day routine because it's part of who I am, right? So now I've been thinking about it, but I'm thinking going to sleep even earlier now, 1 hour earlier, and waking up at 4 a.m. now.
Right.
To try to draw for at least 1 hour at 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. That's my
Right
5
before the
a.m. is when I
schedule, yeah,
wake up.
right before you have your like itinerary with the kids in school and all that. Yeah, that,
Absolutely, dog. But I haven't implemented it, but I need to start doing it because it's like I'm trying to set up my life to where I have all this stuff that I want to get done in a day. So how do I do it? You
yeah.
know? So art being art, back to, I mean, I think we fucking rambled on art,
No, no, you're good because
but
I relate 100%. Like the way you're talking, I'm literally like comparing it to all the stuff that I do. It's the same things because it sucks, dude. Like there's times where, dude, I have a lot of projects that I need to work on and want to start, and it's all related to art with like Flash or just a painting to have. I want to be able to like, I miss just being able to bust out prints or paintings to have prints and then go to the convention and have like 6 or 8 prints that
bro,
sell, you know?
my fucking setup at conventions aren't anything anymore, dog. I
Yeah.
don't have anything on my table. Everybody has these cool ass fucking setups, dog. I have like 4 pictures of like 4 tattoos that I've had, and my follow me at CesarGee fucking little fucking wood plaque that what's his name painted
All of us have one of those, bro. I have like
yeah,
two
dog.
of them. Yeah. We all like
And
have
that's
one.
my
Yeah.
setup, bro. And then it's like, dog, I need shirts, I need
Yeah.
stickers, I need
There's
designs,
stuff,
I need
man.
flash.
But you know
I
what? You know what that goes back to is circling that you're still kind of putting yourself last on top of the priorities and the things that you have going on. So I mean, I commend you for that, and I definitely relate because that just shows you that, bro, you have no time to even put all that aside to now let's like you said, all right, you got to prioritize all your time and make it count, right? Where it's going to count the best. But that just shows you, and that's proof right there that you're still kind of putting yourself on that, not the back, I don't want to say back burner, but you are at the end in a sense because you got the family, you got the, I mean, the business, you've got a lot, plus the artists in your shop, which I wanted to kind of have like a transition to talk about your shop and stuff like that. But I get you 100%. Like, you know, you're probably thinking like, dude, and then if you let it all fall on you, it's gonna probably make you anxious and stressed the hell out because you're like, dude, I need this, I need shirts, the shop needs shirts, I need my like stickers, we need, you know, it goes
uh,
on, dude.
Hey, dog, it's so weird because I feel like I go back and everything was chaotic, bro. My life has always been, and I never knew it was chaotic. I never knew it was chaotic. I used to see other people's lives and be like, damn, that motherfucker life is chaotic. But I never realized that my life was fucking chaotic, right?
Yeah.
So lately I've been implementing praying a lot, bro. And I'm not trying to get into the religious
No,
topic because I
yeah.
don't want
This
to
is
sound
your
like
own.
I'm
This is your own life. The how you're like you said earlier. There's a new lifestyle, new way to live. This is all telling your story. You know.
exactly. Oh, yeah. So I've been praying more, and then it's not like at night when I'm going to bed or in the morning when I wake up. In the morning, I wake up. Thank you, God, for letting me open my eyes. Let me take
Right.
on this day. Um, I it's in your hands. My day's in your hands, and whatever I need to get done gets done. And if whatever you feel doesn't need to is not on my priority list, and it won't get done. Like I'm not gonna stress on everything, bro, because
Right.
I think we live
Yep.
this life of let me drink my coffee, let me wash this dish, let me draw this picture, let me send this email, let me do this. At the end of the day, you didn't do none of it, and you're like, fuck, I thought I did a lot, and I didn't do shit because you still have more piled up
Yeah.
and you're stressing on it instead of saying, "Well, I didn't get it done. Nothing I
Yeah.
can fucking do
Exactly.
about it." You know,
Yep.
and throughout my day. So today, a couple, like a week or two ago, my son's has a he my son's very he has his faith is really really strong. Even prior to when I had my faith, like his faith has always been strong since he was little, bro. I
He's
don't know
how
where
old?
he's 13 now,
The 13-year-old.
but he's been a child of God since he was little, bro. Without me being a child of God, he was, and it was trippy because I don't know where he got it from, but he always been like that, right? So he had a little necklace that my mom and my dad got him, and he lost the chain. And he's like, Dad, I don't even know how I lost the chain, but I only have the crucifix, like the little cross. I don't know what my chain. So today I noticed that he was getting ready for school, and I always wear my rosary, and I grabbed it and I like, here, you could wear my rosary, but you got to do one thing. You got to pray to this rosary throughout the day, not just in the morning or at night, like throughout your day. And you don't have to pray out loud, just hold it. You're gonna go to your next period and then the next classroom. So you gotta just, just, hey God, like, guide me to where I have no noise in my head and I could pay attention to my teacher and understand what they're gonna teach me. Simple, basic prayer to clear your mind of the noise, because we have noise. Yeah, we have noise, bro. And lately I've been having, like, not lately, I've always had it, but I've been trying to control it to the point where it's like anxiety.
Oh yeah.
And it's crazy because a lot of us as tattoo artists, people don't understand because they think that we live a rock star life because we make it seem that way. And this is where it falls into. I was talking to my boy Thomas about it last night, and I said, I hate social media because it only shows you the good. Like, man, why isn't my life?
Oh yeah.
Why isn't my life good like fucking Thomas's life, or like this? So they look like they happy, but they don't understand that they have their own issues too. The only thing that they're not showing you those issues, they're just showing you the good things. Like, I'm only gonna show you on my birthday. I'm not gonna show you a picture of me sleeping in my bed like I took a nap in the day because my anxiety was too fucking high. I'm gonna take a picture of the fucking of the cheese that was flaming up, dog. That looked fucking cool, dog. You feel me? And then people are gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, I want to go eat that shit too. What is that? Yeah. I was like, well, what happens is that all that shit creates within us because we envy and we jealous without us knowing. Without us knowing it, we just like, hey, well, shit. How come his shit's like that? Why? And I think that lately I've been like happy for everybody. Like, oh, I haven't seen my boy Izzy in his stand-up, bro. And I kick myself so much, but I know he's doing so great on it. I'm like, I just know that he's fucking awesome, bro. And sometimes I'm like
I love to see all of the all the homie artists that we know, bro. Like, I love to see everybody in their element doing what they love to do. Like, for instance, you with your dogs, like the bullies, like with your art, the fact that you even had art up or just spending time with the family, whatever, that's pretty awesome because think about it. We didn't have that option back in the day. And now we're able to make that shift. Also, like to touch on that thing, like you said, it's true. It's a facade, right? Where people want to post their best self but not be their best self, if that makes sense. But I've seen I see a lot of people try to, like you said, they're gonna show you all the good, but behind that curtain, they're like, after they take that picture, what happens? The smile regresses and the smile goes back to a straight face, and and instead carrying out that same attitude throughout your whole, just like you said, your lifestyle.
Absolutely. So I've been working on that. I've been working on being very happy for people. I mean, you like not being so, before somebody did something or says something, automatically you want to react with, like, if they came at you a little aggressive, then you react with aggression back.
Right.
So now it's like, I'm not even mad. Like, I don't even know why you're mad.
Right.
Well, because this and this, like, okay, you're road raging. Like, what the fuck you want me to do? Like, you're mad at me because I put my blinker and I got in front of you because I told you I put my blinker and got in front of you. Like, I didn't cut you off. Now you're flipping me off. So what's up? What are you going to do? Like, I put my blinker on, dog. Are you going to pull over and we're going to throw hands, or are you going to just
really make this
be mad? And like, you're not going to do anything. So therefore, you could go on with your day, dog. Like, you don't have to be mad. Like, all right, that motherfucker cut me off. Like, whatever. I was turning anyways, but everybody wants to attack aggression with aggression instead of just being like, I don't know what the fuck he was going through, or something's fucked up with him. He's having a bad day. Shit, hey man, hopefully that guy finds peace today, like some kind of fucking calmness in his heart.
That release, dude. A lot of people are living on that high anxiety, high tension, and short fuses. That's like today, dude. It's crazy.
And it's like, dog, like, hey, why doesn't Cesar talk to me? Like, he hates me. Like, I don't hate you, dog. I'm in my own fucking world, bro. Like, it's not that I'm not talking to you. It's just that I'm just in my own world. It's not that I have anything against anybody. I'm just living my life. That's it. And if you live in yours, then you wouldn't be worrying if I'm talking to you or not talking to you. If I said what's up to you, then I said what's up to you, dog. You feel me? If I didn't, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You could say what's up to me, and then I'm like, oh shit, my bad, dog. What's up, fool? My
Right.
bad. I was in my own world, bro. Like, but everybody automatically overthinks every scenario or every situation and makes it a thing of why didn't that happen? Why
Yeah.
is that person against me? Is that fool hating on me? Or the like, man, motherfucker, ain't nobody hating on you, dog. I'm in my
Yeah.
own world, dog. I'm
Like,
trying to
who
figure
hurt you,
out if I have
bro?
to take a
Yeah.
shit. I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out if I have to take a shit
Yeah.
or it's
Yeah.
just a fucking fart, dog. Like, what
Right.
is it, dog?
Right.
Like,
You're over here thinking of the little things and people are overthinking it.
bro, and I've been trying to do that because I noticed that I was that person too, dog.
It's
I was
unhealthy,
that.
huh?
It's unhealthy, dog. It's
Yeah.
self destructive, bro. It's very self destructive, and a lot of people don't know how to approach those situations of I need to calm down.
Right.
I'm fucking up. So, for example, a situation could be in somebody's relationship, bro. And you could, the person could be upset and be like, hey, oh my, that person, what are you doing? What are you looking at, dog? Or girl, to your significant other.
Yeah.
And it could be like, well, instead of reacting to that, I'd be like, hey, is my mind fucking with me? Like, am I tripping right now? Like,
You're
you
just
probably
like,
not.
you're just setting off the wrong triggers in a sense, huh?
Right. And then that person could fucking take it as in like, motherfucker, I ain't doing nothing, but why the fuck are you acting that way? Like, what, are you doing something? And then it just turns into something fucking
You
bigger.
start a big old conflict, you know?
But it's like, hey, take a deep breath. Am I fucking tripping right now? Like, I'm fucking tripping right now. I need to calm the fuck down. Let me take a little, wash my face with some cold water. Let me wash off this bad fucking whatever it is. I don't like to
Cleanse.
say energy because
Yeah.
I
Clean that
just,
palate.
yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what? It's nothing, bro. It's just like, like a lot of my artists at the shop, like one of them is my boy Vic, and I fucking love this motherfucker, Victor Figueroa, and we've been friends for a long time, a little shorter time than Izzy, but me and Victor are really really cool. And at one point we were kind of like we weren't talking a little bit, but I didn't know why, I didn't know what it was. Uh, he kind of like came at me a little bit aggressive one day, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then one day I sat down, I'm like, hey, can you come over here? Let me talk to you real quick. And he's like, yeah, what's up? And because we let it prolong for a while, dog, and like, weeks. And then it got worse and worse. And then I didn't know why. I'm like, hey, you got any animosity towards me? He's like, no. I'm like, well, what the fuck is up? Like, why are we talking? Why are we avoiding each other? Like, like I think we just came off on the wrong foot. You maybe read my text message wrong. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean it that way. And it was like nothing. And it just everything that all that tension was held by nothing, no foundation to nothing, dog.
Right.
So we just like, hey, let that shit just fucking go.
Squash it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and we're fucking best friends, bro.
That's tight.
But because of that moment that we don't realize what we're going through in our heads, they'll fuck with us, bro. And it just creates worse and worse of nothing, bro. And it's like, and that shit will ruin everything, bro. That shit. I posted this picture on Instagram. I put a lion. It was a lion and the like, kind of like Zeus fighting a lion. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know if you saw it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it
I was
said,
looking through your stuff right now too, just to like see all your all the updated projects and stuff.
and it's I stated it. I put a post on it and it said it was on my story and I said a lot of people will see man versus beast, right? Oh, gotta fight the beast. Like I'll take down a lion. I could take. I didn't see that. I saw a man fighting his inner beast from coming out and destroying everything.
Right. You're kind
Because
of fighting yourself. Yeah.
we'll fuck everything up, bro.
Yep.
We'll fuck everything up, and then that's when we fucking hit rock bottom and realize like, fuck, it wasn't nobody else besides me fucking this shit up, bro.
Right. Like
Yeah.
you kind of created that own issue, that story in your own mind. Like that's when you start pulling up the wrong like I know all about that too. We all go through that. That's little challenges, that's those little, we test ourselves and being an artist, bro, our brains think different. And I feel like it's hard for us to relate into a crowd because we're our own crowd. This is in Puerto Rico, bro. When we're walking around, at a convention and then we leave the convention center and go chill, we know that we're different than anybody else. I'm sure you get groups of people in the shop that are, you could kind of call it, right? Like you could call the whole, like, oh, this type of people are so and so or whatever, not in a judgmental way, but you just know how to carry yourself through different crowds.
Look, dog, I met a lot of people through tattooing, bro. And when I remember that night that we met each other, because it was Izzy, me, Fresh,
Yeah.
and Berto. Berto was with us at that time. We're walking around, but I remember how we interacted. And I remember looking at, I don't know if it was you guys or a different, I don't know how many groups of us were there, but I remember looking and we all looked at each other and said, y'all tattoo artists? Like, yup. And it was like, where at? And it was like San Jose. And
Oh
then
yeah, I remember that. Cali. I
everybody was
remember
like,
we were saying, yeah, he's from AZ, San Jose,
yeah,
Cali,
dog.
Gilroy, all
And
that.
then
Yeah.
and then it was like four of us turned into like eight of us, and then eight of
Dude,
us turned into 12 of us, and then
it
now we're
was a
just like a fucking.
pack.
It was just a swarm. Like we would go anywhere that was dead, and we was just having a good time,
That
bro.
was the best
And
time ever. How we just had our, and it was just us, man, within our own like the little circle we were we went everywhere together. It was all of us though, and it was dope because something goes down, we had a squad. You know what I mean?
I just, and you know what's crazy, dog? That I tell my son this shit all the time: be friends with everybody. All right.
Right.
And I'm not saying that be best friends or be an acquaintance, be cool, be, wherever you're
Have your
at.
peers. Yeah.
Yeah, talk to whoever the fuck you're talking to. Like it doesn't matter. Like only because you don't know that person doesn't mean you can't talk to them. So my kids used to make fun of me as a little when they were little. They used to be like, "You know everybody, huh, Dad? You know everybody." I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck that was. But you just sat there and talked to that person for like 30, 40 minutes. I'm like, because I could do that because I'm not afraid of talking to people. All that, but you meet some interesting fucking people in this world.
It's wild.
And I think we learned it from being tattoo artists, bro.
That's what's
You
part of
know,
what sparked all this too. You asked me before we started about what made me want to start it, but part of it is to tell kind of like to sit one on one with a lot of the homies and the artists and stuff, right? But part of it is too is because we've tattooed interesting people, and I'm sure you've had clients that you guys had some conversations that are it's hard to repeat now because you say it
bro.
once and it's gone. You can't really document that. You can't really inspire
You know,
another person, you know?
you know what's one thing about tattooing, dog, that I love, bro, is that we, and I know you've had them too. We tattoo many people, right? Shit,
Right.
fucking thousands of people we tattoo.
Yeah.
A lot of them we don't fucking remember, dog. The crazy part about it is that if you go back to certain situations, like, oh, what topics have we talked about in a tattoo shop? It's like we've met people that are sad, we met people that are happy, we met people that are fucking doing it up, we met people that are like in their fucking darkest, lowest point, and we were,
Yeah.
and we were always, we're like their, like not their therapist, but we are very non-judgmental. Like we'll be like, damn, that person's kind of fucked up. He's going through some shit, man. Like hopefully he finds himself or she finds herself and then she'll be all right. And then those people end up becoming your fucking cool ass client to the point where they're fucking friends with you. You know, they're your friends and they're like, oh shit. Like, all right, that person's cool as shit. Like, how long you been tattooing? Shit, remember like you tattooed me 10 years ago, whatever? And you're like,
Right.
oh shit, that's when you were going through that deep shit. They're like, yup. You know, like,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because they seen like we've been able to help people get to their next, like to find themselves without us having to be therapists or going to school, because all people need sometimes is somebody to listen to them, bro.
Right.
So
I feel like
I have
relating to that, because I wanted to ask you that too, is because we help them find that frequency to fine tune. You know what I mean? Because they could leave your shop or whatever, and then from a bad moment, a bad day, or on the brink of whatever, crossing the line,
in that
and then
little in that 1 hour, 2 hours that they were there, dog, they forgot about that their water bill needed to be paid, or the electric.
right,
They forgot that they couldn't, whatever is fucking making them go through fucking, getting dragged through the mud, like that moment, that 2 hours, 3 hours that they're there, they forgot about everything and they had a good time, bro.
that's
You know
dope,
what I
right?
mean?
It's
And
like
I
one of
think
the
that's
best
just
things.
fucking amazing.
How much meat is he? Let's get into that topic now. Let's get into that before we talk
Motherfucking
about your.
Izzy
Yeah.
Escobedo, man. Mr. Comedian slash tattoo artist
Bro,
slash movie star
he's a
slash
funny cat,
fucking.
dude. He's the funniest guy.
So this motherfucker, I know all the Izzies, dog. All right. And when I say I know all the Izzies, I
I've seen
know
all the
all the
phases. Yeah.
I know Izzy that knows the fucking way to get you $1 million. I know the Izzy of tattooing. I know the Izzy of
The Bitcoin
comedy.
buying
I know the fucking Izzy
investor.
of fucking investor and fucking the Wolf of Wall Street Izzy. I know all the Izzies,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. Yeah, that fool will make you invest in the stock that is like not even cracking.
And he makes up the stock for he goes straight
Right,
to his
right.
bank account. No, no, no,
Yeah.
he's not like that. But so I used to work at this tattoo shop at the time, bro. This is a long fucking time ago. I can't remember, dog. And they used to mention Izzy. Oh, I used to work at Dark Chapel with Izzy. You know, I don't know who the fuck Izzy was. I didn't know where Dark Chapel was. I didn't know shit about this fucking guy, right?
You're like, that's cool.
Hey, all right, fucking
All
Izzy
right,
from Dark
whatever.
Chapel.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
whatever, dog, you know? And then one day, I think it was like MySpace time, or maybe like in the beginning of Facebook, he made a post saying that he wanted to do a special on portraits. So I sent him a picture of Cantinflas, dog. And keep in mind that this at this time I still was in a like I didn't have money, I didn't have nothing, dog. And that fool set out. And I don't remember how much the portrait was. It probably was like $100 or two
I
hundred
was
bucks.
curious what the special was. Eh?
Yeah, dog. But he wanted to do portraits because that's what he liked to do, dog.
Right.
Like, hey, you down to do a Cantinflas? He's like, yeah. So I pulled up to his shop, bro, and he tattooed me, bro. And I'm asking him all sorts of questions about tattooing, dog. I'm happy with the tattoo. I leave. We're cool. Then I fucking book an appointment at this tattoo convention here in Arizona, and Fonzie was gonna be there. So I hit up
Shout out Fonzie.
shout out Fonzie, and I was young, bro. So I didn't know the industry. I didn't know how it was ran. I didn't understand it, and I just hit him up and said I want a portrait of my dad. And Fonzie's like, yeah, all right, cool. So I went and I'm getting tattooed in the booth by Fonzie. Right next to me is Johnny Quintana tattooing my homie Andrew. And then on the other side is Placaso tattooing what was his name? Some dude from Texas. And it was 3 heavy hitters, dog. I didn't fucking know them, bro. I just knew Fonzie because of fucking lowrider art magazines,
Right.
bro. You know, like I didn't know who these cats were. I just knew that they were kind of big time, you know?
Right.
Izzy calls me, dog. He's like, hey, it was Friday the 13th. He's like, hey, my shop needs some help. Are you down to help them do the flash? So I'm like, fool, I'm here at the convention. He's like, you are? I was on the next aisle from him. So I went to go see him. Like, I would have gone help you, but I would have went to help you, but I was getting tattooed. He's like, no, it's cool, it's cool. That was the first convention he ever did. And I met him there again after I already got tattooed by him. Little short time after, he hit me up like, hey, one of my artists left. Are you interested into coming to help me out? And I was like, yeah, but let's make a meeting, bro. Because at that time I wanted to be Mr. Fucking, I want to wear a fucking collared shirt. I want to be a professional tattoo artist, dog. Like, and I don't mean professional as in I know what I'm doing, dog. I mean professional looking, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, your profile.
Yeah,
you
dog,
be that like something about to sell you buy like everything, you know?
I want to be a Mormon tattoo artist, you know?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so
Have you heard the word?
So he's like, a meeting? I'm like, yeah, let's have a meeting, bro. He's like, okay, dog. Like, all right. So Dark Chapel, let me kind of paint you a picture of where Dark Chapel was. It's in like Tweakerville, fucking middle of nowhere, 2-lane road.
Skid Row, practically.
Fucking shitty area, dog. It's like, and this is where this shop was at, dog. And I go over there and I have a meeting with him, bro. We sit down on the couch and we're talking. And I said, and I remember I told him, like, I will help you tattoo at your shop. I would gladly tattoo at your shop with you. We got to talk about percentage, how much I got. Because at that time, it wasn't booth rent. It was all percentage, you know? So how much am I going to pay you? What is the plan, like, to move forward on our fucking artwork, on how it would be better? And I said, and there's another condition. I want to do 2 to 3 tattoo conventions a year. And if you allow me to do 2-3 tattoo conventions under your tattoo shop name, because at that time we needed to be in a shop to do conventions.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like nowadays, you can tattoo out of your house and be a tattoo artist in the
You
fucking
just
convention.
pull up, right?
And I was like, I need a shop. If I could tattoo under your shop name, then I could do it. He's like, that's what I want to do. Bro, I didn't understand the wildness that we were going to become. But I didn't understand that me and him were going to connect in that high frequency. When I started working with him, bro, we did the Body Art Expo here in Phoenix.
Oh, the Phoenix one, yeah.
I won best lettering. Fucking tattoo was not good, bro. I don't know how the fuck I won. That's why I know Body Art Expo fucking sucks. Fuck them.
Like, questionable. Yeah. Hey, it gave us our start, but hey, moving on. We were like, body art, this is where it's at. Well,
this is what it is, dog. Like, I got pigeons flying, shitting on our station, dog.
Yeah.
They always did the convention where they fucking host the fucking the animal farms and shit. Like,
oh my god, I want to start with the crazy circus show that they've got. It's crazy.
I won best lettering. He won, I think, best Asian or something, bro. And it just lit a fucking fire under our ass, bro. We hit San Francisco, then we hit fucking, I don't know, we started traveling. Next thing you know, we went on a fucking tour, dog. Austin, Texas, fucking Chicago, Baltimore. And I remember when we were sitting in Baltimore, in Washington, D.C., and we're sitting there and we're like at the Lincoln Monument, bro. And I'm looking at it, and I look at Izzy and I'm like, who the fuck thought this little ghetto boy from Compton, California, dog, that I never thought I was going to go anywhere. I'm sitting here looking at the fucking Lincoln Memorial where Martin Luther King had his fucking best speech ever, or the greatest speech ever.
History, right.
History, dog. I'm here. And it made me realize that right then in that moment that tattooing was something special, bro.
Yeah.
But also we were at a young age, dog. So we weren't thinking that positive. We were thinking positive, but we were thinking about how fuck shit up, like,
yeah, man,
we about to party,
It was crazy. We got it was like a ticket on that fast track, that fast train. Yeah, man, I remember all that.
Bro, we talk about stories at the shop, and I have artists there, and there's a chick, Dana, that works with us. Shout out to Dana Inc.
Yeah, we'll get through with all the artists in a bit. I was just like this story though. Yeah.
She, me and Izzy talk about stories, dog. Oh yeah, remember when we did this, or we went over here, we did that, or we ate fucking swordfish and Fisherman's Wharf, or we did this, and blah blah blah.
Blue
right?
crab, all the lobster, right? Like hard stuff that we were like, we would have never thought.
Dog, and she's like, wait, I wanna go do those things too. I'm like, we're older now, fool. We don't do that no more. Late night tattooing at the
savage active mode.
Those are just memories now, but I can't do that shit no more, dog. I'm a grown ass.
Crazy, dude. It's like I don't even know how. Dog. I don't even know the traveling aspect, how we even did it, bro. I'm like burnt out just doing like one guest spot out of whether just driving, and then you think about flying with all your gear, and then the anxiety that you get.
And at that time, I could fit my whole fit my whole tattoo station right now in those fucking sullen black box, or
the black, the containers that looks like a tackle box. Yeah,
it's like, I could fit my whole station or my whole setup in 3 of those, bro. Back in the day, I needed a suitcase.
Hey, how about this? How about this, bro? I want you to do the same thing. Your first convention ever, you bring the whole shop in a suitcase. When you're traveling, you bring hey, you want to know the biggest rookie mistake I ever did is I got a regular printer, like a regular size printer, bro, threw it in the suitcase just for TSA to go and molest it. And then when I get there, I try turning it on and it's just jamming left and right. Doesn't hook on to Wi-Fi, doesn't nothing.
Nah.
I was like, bro.
You know what we used to do, fool? We used to hit the city wherever we landed out, and we used to go to Walmart.
Oh yeah, buy and receipt, return.
No, we wouldn't even return them. We would just leave them at the convention, bro.
Oh yeah,
because we buy the cheapest one, and at that time, bro, you got to remember, dog. Nowadays, everybody wants to make $1 million fucking dollars, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How much for the day, dog? Like $2,000. 5 grand or whatever the fuck people are charging, dog.
Crazy,
At
yeah.
that time, bro, like how much you got?
Right.
I got 200
I'm
bucks. I
willing to
got a
work with you.
yeah, dog.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got 100 bucks. Like shit, we were knocking out fucking tattoos this big at a
Just
convention. We did like
send
three,
it.
four
Yeah.
of those fucking 500, 300 bucks a pop, bro. We'll make anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 in a day. We'll be like, damn, we made 1,500
But
today. Like,
but you're like nonstop making 50 of them. You're just like,
bro,
who's
you're
next?
you're
Yeah.
tattooing, looking at the fucking people walking by, just
Yeah,
tattooing.
yeah.
Like, I got you next. There's a waiting list. Put your name and your number there,
Yeah.
and then I'll go through that list, and I could get you in for sure.
Oh
Like,
man. That's what makes
bro,
you, that's what builds you, boy.
bro. So now it's crazy because I go to conventions, right? So we do conventions still, and I'm
What
still
was the
in
last
that
one? What
old
was the last one that you did?
St. Paul, Minnesota. Dog. I did that
Oh, I wanted to go.
in
That one so bad, bro. But man, we
dude.
were
It
so
was
busy over
okay.
here.
All right, so that show I went with my boy Angel Tattoo. Shout out to Black and Gray crew, because he embraced me and took me into his crew, be part of the Black and Gray crew. And
Right.
I fucking love it, bro, because there's so many of us. So I was out there with Angel, my boy Ryan Jordan, Anthony Melendez, and my boy Grito, Pseudo Swords. Bro, these fools are laughing because my way of getting people to sit down is, hey dog, face tattoos half off. Hey, face
I
tattoos half
remember. Oh, I
off.
remember you used to joke around that when you would come say what's up at the booth, you'd be like, "He's got time right now, face tattoos." I'll be like, "What are you saying?" I
Dog,
remember
all
you
day
say that
long. And
all
I
day
say
long.
that because once you do one face tattoo, everybody wants a fucking face tattoo. I remember talking to one of my homeboys, dog, in the industry, dog. Calm one. He's a super cool cat with me too.
What's
He
up,
always tattoo.
Calm?
Yeah, super cool. I love that dude too, man. Like I'm telling you, like I got a lot of homies that are really, really super cool and humble, and they were always real.
Calm. He's really a humble cat. I mean, the
I
nicest
got a
cat you
story
ever
about
meet,
I got a
bro.
story of him that I was kind of pissed at. So I had him I had him I'll go back to my story real quick, but I had him tattoo my wife. She put my kids' names on her, like right here on the shoulder blade.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Fool, you do dope lettering. Why don't you do it?" I was like, "Fool, because she thinks I'm always like doing it intentionally to like tattoo her like where it hurts, Like I was like, so if you tattoo her, then at least she knows that it's not me and tattoos just fucking hurt.
Right, right, right.
So he's like, all right. So he's like, hey, nice to meet you. My name is, and he said his name, bro. And I was like, fuck you. He's like, what? You never told me your fucking real name. You always just told me calm, you asshole. Like, how
Played
you
on. You feel
right?
played,
So he
like
started
what?
laughing. He's like, I can't tell your wife, hey, nice to meet you. My name is Calm. I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
dog, but that's fucked up. But there's a whole long, long time ago. Super cool cat, man. I love this
That's
cat.
funny.
But he had told me one day, he's like, hey, oh, I asked him, I was like, how do you feel about tattooing people in the face that might not be fully tattooed? Like, and he's like, look, dog, a lot of artists will have morals or standards. No, you don't have your sleeves, I won't tattoo your hands. Or you don't have your neck, I won't tattoo your face or whatever,
Right,
right?
right, right.
He's like, but at the end of the day, that person wants to get the tattoo done. He's gonna get it done, bro. Whether you do it or he's gonna go to somebody at somebody's house and they're gonna fuck his face up, bro.
Right.
I'd rather fucking just do it, and I have a dope ass tattoo on somebody's face,
And it's a face
and
tat, right? Yeah.
and he has a dope ass tattoo because I know that I put my own into it, and then we're all straight, like everybody's cool. And I looked at him, I was like, huh, okay, so that's how I take life now, bro.
Right.
At the end of the day, if somebody wants something, bro, they're gonna get it, bro.
Yeah.
If somebody wants a fucking Porsche, but have a fucking, they don't have nothing, right?
They'll
But they
figure it
want that
out.
Porsche, they'll
They'll
figure it
find.
out because they
Oh yeah.
really want that shit, dog. And that's most important to the person. So they're gonna find a way. It doesn't matter what they're going through. They want
Right.
that.
That applies to
So,
a lot of things. That's so true.
well, bro. So, hey, dog, are you sure you want that? I'm gonna give you some time, bro. Like to really think about it. Like, or if they're too young, then I'll be like, look, man, go home, think about it. I got you. Give it about a week. If you still feel you still want it, I'll do it. But
Right.
think about it. Don't
That's
just
that's just like that inner, that whole respect and everything. I get it.
right. Right. But that's at a certain age. Like if they're too young, I'm like, oh, look, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You're thinking like as a father too. You're like,
yeah,
homie.
dog. I told my
Yeah.
son that shit. My son, we were in Puerto Rico. I took that little motherfucker to Puerto Rico. That fool is so dope, bro. My son's so dope. I fucking love this fucking kid, bro. He's like a little kid, but he knows how to, he's like me, bro, growing up. He knows how to switch on to where be a kid and play around to, hey, I need to chill out because I'm chilling with the grown folks.
That's
He
right.
doesn't understand a lot of shit, but he knows how to shut up and listen and just chill and be cool. And then he knows how to like, you know what, I'm gonna go over there, Dad. I'm gonna run because I'm a kid and I need to run.
Let it
You
out.
know,
Yeah.
and then that brings a kid out of me, and I'm like, you know what, son? Hey, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna go over here with my son. I'm gonna run with this fool real quick. I'm gonna race
Yeah.
him real quick. You know, that keeps me alive, and I know that he's a
Right,
kid,
right.
but
That's a
but
beautiful thing.
so we were out there, and he asked me, he's like, Dad, would I be able to get tattooed once I turn 16? That's local way. That's local, fool. You crazy, dog. And I was like, and I was thinking about it, and he brought it up again. Like, Dad, so at 16, when I be able to get tattooed? And I said, look, dog, I'm gonna tell you something, son. At the age of 16, you got good grades, you're a good kid, because I know you're a good kid. We'll decide, we'll come up with a dope ass design for your whole, either your whole chest or your whole back piece. And we're gonna start that project throughout the years that are coming. But you can't get, like, you can't get your hands, your neck, your arms, your legs. You can't get none of that shit tattooed.
Right.
And he's like, why? I said, all these kids nowadays get tattoos where they could see them, but then they take off their shirts and they look like a blank piece of paper, dog. You
Right.
know how weenie that shit looks? But if you get your whole back tattooed, bro, a dope ass image, fool, or your whole chest, I'm talking about like whole chest, and you go to a pool party because you're in high school now, you go to a pool party, or you go to the beach, or you go to the lake out here in Arizona. We don't have beaches, or wherever the hell you're
Thanks.
at,
Yeah, yeah.
and you take off your shirt and nobody knows that you're fucking super tatted like that, and you take off your shirt and you got this dope ass image on your back. Do you understand the wowness, the respect,
The levels.
the levels of where you're at in life? That shit's gonna be dope, bro. I would only do this to help you understand that you don't have to be like other people. Be yourself. Doesn't matter about nobody else. This is your life.
That's good.
I
At least you kind of shine light on that too. A lot of kids can't really, let's just say like the young adults growing up, they're not really gonna have that kind of guidance. It's kind of hard.
dog. I treat this kid. I treat all my kids, all three of them, different. Each one is different. So I treat them all
Yeah.
different. My youngest one, she's my little princess, so I baby her a lot. My son, he's a little bit more like me. My oldest one, she's very loving, so I'm always there to try to guide her in the best of my ability. One thing that I implement in them is respect themselves. If you respect yourself, ain't nobody has the right to disrespect you. It's like the Gonzalez saying, bro.
Yeah, same thing. Yep.
It's with respect, dog. So if you respect yourself, when anybody tries to disrespect you, dog, they're gonna look like fools because everybody knows that you're a respectable person. So that person that's disrespecting you is a fucking joke.
Right.
He
I
makes himself.
remember, I don't know if you ever seen it in LA, but when they put up the CS, sometimes they put up the whole block underneath that. So it's kind of like you mess with one, you mess with everybody. So it'd be like they would put one name, all the names right in a hood or
Roll
whatever.
call.
Yeah, man, that's a roll call. So,
Yeah.
a quick shout out to Helios Tattoo Supplies, one of the newest sponsors for the podcast. I'm proud to be a sponsored pro team member using their needles on the daily. Next time you're thinking about stocking up on supplies, head over to the website heliostattoos.com. Thanks again to Helios for sponsoring myself as an artist and sponsoring the pod.
Well, Bug, rest in peace. Shout out to Bug. Bug was one of my mentors growing up. Everywhere I saw him, he showed me a lot of love and a lot of respect and I'm name dropping, dog. I'm name dropping, all right.
No, it's all good.
Bug.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but he anywhere I was at, bro, he showed me the utmost respect, the utmost love, the utmost fucking everything. He was just a good fucking person, bro.
Yeah. That's
And
one
I
thing I
remember,
admired about him too, man, is that he was always just, if he knew you, like really knew you, or even he would just show love too if he didn't know you. He just appreciated the fact that you looked up to him,
right,
and it was just kind of like that ebb and flow of he gave you back that same energy. But that
right.
was just dope to see that.
Hell yeah. And he's the one that gave me my CS, bro.
That's what's up, man.
And then he gave it to me in San Francisco, and he passed by my booth, and we're chopping it out. Like, what's up? What are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm good. You working on it? I just finished. And then he's like, oh, dope. He's like, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I ain't got nothing to do right now. I'm just walking around. He's like, sure, you want to get tatted? I'm like, I'm cool. I'm on grind mode right now. He's like, and he looked at my like up. He looked at me like up and down, like, you don't have your CS? And I was like, oh, nah, bro, I haven't earned that shit. Like one day I'll earn it, bro. But as of right now, I don't feel like I've earned it yet. And then he said, fool, fuck that. You earned it in my eyes. Come on, dog. I'm gonna give you your
Right.
CS, dog. And that shit to me, to this day, bro, it means the fucking world to me, bro. To the fucking all these other artists, or not artists, a lot of fucking people get the CS because it's a trend, or it was a trend, or
Right.
whatever, right? But
We
they
spoke
don't,
about that with a lot of different artists too about that.
and it's like, oh, everybody has a CS. Like, man, fuck that. My shit, to me,
Earned.
it means way more than just a CS, dog. It means that Boog, the motherfucker that everybody had his flash in his shop, bro. Any shop that you walked into, you saw Boog flash, bro.
Right.
He's the one that gave it to me, bro. Because, and not because I asked for it, because I didn't, and I would never ask for nothing like that, bro. And to me, that meant, to this day, it means the utmost respect. It means everything to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's one
Yeah.
of my meaningful tattoos, because on so many levels at that age, at that time in my tattoo career, it just motivated me to put more effort into respecting the older generation and
Right.
respecting tattooing. These new cats don't respect the tattoo culture, and it's not about just tattooing, dog.
It's different generations, you know.
Yeah, dog. And it's not about tattooing, dog. It's about, look at where the fuck it started at, dog. And everybody who helped throw a little bit of fucking pavement on the ground to get it
Right.
to where it is today, dog. You know what
Yeah,
I
man,
mean?
it's a whole different like I'm sure you've seen it the last convention you went to also like with the I don't know the crowds or whatever booths were there. And I give it, you know, like one thing as we get older too is we don't like you said it's not to disrespect or knock on anyone, but our beginning was a lot different than what it is now for people at our beginning, you know.
Yeah.
And that's not even saying it in one of those ways like back in my day, you know, it's just one of those things that the
No,
things we had to go through, you know, the real tangible sacrifices that we had to do, things
dog.
like that, you know.
It's like, oh, you fucking have a stencil machine, dog. You take a portable stencil machine to the tattoo convention. That's dope because it comes in handy. I love it, dog. Don't get me wrong. I like, but well, I had to fucking like lay
Hand
people
draw.
down on, like hand draw, lay people down on chairs. You had to put a bunch of chairs together, lay them
Yep.
down on the table because you couldn't travel with everything, dog.
Yep.
And it's like those moments in the tattoo industry, in the tattoo career, in our tattoo upbringing, it was like, so my boy
Yeah.
Thomas, the artist, shout out to my boy Thomas, he has an apprentice and we're all chilling right there talking. And I said, I told the apprentice, he quit his job. So now he's full-time tattoo artist, right?
Right
I
on.
said, you need to understand who you want to be in this industry, dog. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, where do you want your career? You want a short career or you want a long-term career? The reason why I say long-term career is because when you're long-term career in the tattoo industry, you have to put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this, dog, and be real and be understand that there's gonna be good days and bad days, and it's gonna be, you gotta make a lot of friends and not rub a lot of elbows and be open-minded to talk to everybody, and it's not even about tattoos, bro. Me and Daniel Rocha he was out here in AZ, and me and him talked for maybe a fucking anywhere from like 45 to an hour straight, just me and him talking. Nobody has interrupted us. We literally talked about family, bro, about his family and my family. It had nothing to do with tattoos, dog.
Right. Yeah.
And
Shout out Daniel Rocha. Shout out the homie.
super humble motherfucker. I love this guy. Yeah, sure. I said I love everybody, dog, because I love
Yeah.
the fucking
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
dog. Short term, you want a short-term career, and I'm not saying that short-term is doesn't mean that it's not long-term. What I mean short-term is like you want to level up really fast. You want to level up really fast in this tattoo industry, then you got to put in, you got to sell your tattoos into the reels, into the videos, into the you walking into the shop and fucking the fly and have your fucking,
Yeah.
or you got to put your time into your art. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's so crazy. Everybody uses these filters, these fucking, those polarized filters, dog. I fucking hate them, bro.
Yeah.
I use them every tattoo, dog, that I do. I take a picture of it with the polarized filter, and then I take it off and I take normal photos, dog. And then every tattoo I say, I hate how it looks.
Yeah.
I hate how it looks. Maybe because I don't tattoo in high contrast. I have a lot of midtones.
Yeah.
And I noticed that those filters really work on high contrast tattoos. So if you have a lot of black and a lot of skin tone, fool, you put that polarized filter and it looks fucking crazy, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I use a lot of midtone too, dog. So it kind of
Yeah.
makes my shit look more flat, And like,
Right.
maybe it is, but again, like, I don't say that I'm the best tattoo artist ever. I am who I am.
Right. That's
Nor
that's
do
you that's you kind of thinking too, like you told yourself that I'm sure when at some point in your career you had to say what kind of artist you want to be,
it's exactly, dog.
reputation, your name goes a long way. And
I don't want to be known as a tattoo artist. I don't want people to be like, hey, Cesar the tattoo artist. I'm more of Cesar, just Cesar
yeah.
Garcia, dog. On whatever topic, whatever way, or wherever we talked, or how we got connected, whatever it was, I want you to remember me by that. It doesn't have to
Right.
be tattoos. It could be like, oh, I got tatted by C's, but damn, C's got some cool ass fucking stories, or hey, he heard me
He's
out
just
when I
a
was fucking.
solid guy, you know what I mean? Like,
That's it,
yeah.
dog. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, Caesar is a tattoo artist, like, I mean, that's cool, but
But you're more than that too.
it's like moments. I want
Right.
moments. I told my boy's apprentice Ricky, I was like, because he has a Cadillac. I'm like, well, you could talk to somebody, any tattoo artist, and be like, oh yeah, yeah, my Cadillac, and you could talk about cars, and then next thing you know, be like, oh yeah, that's Rick. That fool has a dope ass Cadillac. And that's how you're going to be known to that person, like, oh, because you guys had a whole good conversation about cars, because that's the foundation that, or the connection that you guys had. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe
Yeah.
whatever it is, shoes. You could be shoes, but you could be like, that fool's a cool ass person. I remember me and him had a whole fucking conversation about shoes.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be known for just one thing. I want to be remembered by who I was to you. Who was I to you? Like, Caesar was cool with me, or Caesar
Right.
was dope, or damn, Caesar showed me how to use this pencil,
Right.
or shit, I showed Caesar how to use this pencil. Because
Yeah.
he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was fucking up the paper. Like I tell my kids, you gotta respect yourself, and you gotta understand that if you go and you go to school and you see the principal every morning in the morning drinking his coffee, you make it a thing. Say, good morning, Principal Skinner. Fucking, what are you drinking? You look like a cold brew type of guy.
Right.
Or you look like a caramel macchiato type of guy. Like, those are good. He's like,
Yeah.
Caesar, just go to class. Because my son's name is Caesar. He's like, Caesar, just go to class. But if you do that shit enough, they're going to remember you. And then be like, that kid's always happy. That kid's always good. So if some dude tries to step up to you and you try to throw hands on him and you get in trouble, they're going to be like, couldn't have been him. He's always chill. He's always
Right.
cool. It had to be the other fucking kid, because he's always getting in trouble.
Yeah.
But if you're the kid that's always having that bad energy, or no, they remember you for bad stuff, then you're gonna be that person.
How many people
So
do you have over there at the shop? Like,
all right,
who's all
so
working there?
going into the shop, when we opened up the shop, it was four of us, dog. It was and I'm gonna take it back a little bit to how we got to where we at right now. Victor Figueroa, Ink Figueroa, his Instagram tag name. He started the shop, and me and Izzy had closed down Dark Chapel. So Victor and Humberto Bertran had opened up the shop. It was Victor's shop. Humberto's riding with him, and then Izzy had went with him. And then I hired myself, fool, because I don't give a fuck, fool. I brought my shit and I said,
You're
look,
all, I
dog, you
moved
got a
in.
spot? He said, you got your stuff in your truck? I'm like, I mean, I could take it back home or I could just unload it, dog. And he's like,
Right, right, right.
bro, just fucking take it down. As I hired
Yeah.
myself. This is like this past February was 10 years. We started IF Tattoo Studio. And then everybody started joining up, like, oh, we want to tattoo here. We want to tattoo. You guys hiring? You guys hiring? So we ended up like hiring Eddie Wolf, and then Adam Molina came in. We had a couple other artists that pulled up. We ended up expanding the shop into 2 suites. Knocked down the wall. We got the next suite. We knocked down the wall, and we had two. In 2017, I believe, Victor was gonna close down one side, and I said, "Look, dog, like it's a lot of us full to be crammed in one suite." So by then we already had Thomas, the artist, with us, and this little fool was young, bro, young cat. He was young, and he was tattooing out of his fucking bedroom, bro. And I saw him at a tattoo convention. Victor had told me that he wanted Thomas, the artist, to work with us. So I said, but he didn't want to because he was afraid to join a tattoo shop because he was so focused on, or not focused. He felt like he was a street artist, like whatever reasons he was that
Right.
he didn't want to join the shop. So I went. I was like, I'll get him. I'll go get him to come and tattoo with us. So I saw him at a show, and I said, "Hey, after this show, bring your stuff to the shop. You're hired with us." And he's like, "Nah, man, I don't know. I'm cool." I'm like, no, you don't get it, bro. Like, we're not fucking asking you, dog. We're telling you, you're gonna come and tattoo with us. It's time for you to level up to the next. This motherfucker is one of the greatest tattoo artists in Arizona right now. This
That's so dope.
motherfucker is insane. His smoothness on his tattoos is fucking insane, bro. Whatever his needle touches on, it's fucking insane, dog. I love it, bro. When we took over when Victor was gonna close down the shop, one side, he asked me, he's like, or unless you want to take over it. So I took over it. The only reason that I changed it to collective art was because I had to put my LLC on it. So we have two shops. One's collective art and one's IF. Same fucking shop. Everybody uses one door to get in. But because I had to do it, because it was mine now, I had to do my LLC. So it's
Right.
collective art tattoo. So in total, both shops, it is, I believe, 13 of us. That's including
Crazy.
2 apprentices. So we have Eddie Wolf. Eddie Wolf is from New Jersey. His dad was a pioneer in tattooing in Jersey, dog. He tattooed this rock star, Bon Jovi, dog.
Oh,
I
Bon
believe it.
Jovi.
Yeah, we were talking about 1999 the other day. He was like, "Yeah, I was already tattooing at the tattoo shop." Like, fool, in 1999, I was like, depending on what part of the year, I was either 9 or 10 years old,
9 or
dog.
10. Yeah, right.
You were tattooing already. I'm over
That's
here
pretty
fucking being.
bizarre, huh?
I was like, what the fuck? Like, damn, it's been a long time. So we have Eddie Wolf. Then we have Figueroa, which is Victor Figueroa. This motherfucker's insane with the fucking color, with the color realism, Marvel stuff. His room is insane. He's fucking super dope. Thomas the artist, which is Thomas Salcido. This fucker dude, he's insane. I love this. He's an old soul. My boy Thomas. He's young. He's like 28, but he's an old soul. He's real cool, real humble person. He's been with us for about 2 years. His name is Diego. And this motherfucker's from Costa Rica, dog. Funny motherfucker, dog. Older guy. Paints, paints fucking amazing. His paintings are amazing. I don't know how he does it, but really solid fucking guy, really cool person. We have a girl, her name is Danita. She's from St. Louis. Real high energy, really nice person, good soul, really great art. All her tattoos are art that she creates. So I respect her like in the artist level. Well, I respect her in general, but like on her artistry, like all her tattoos are drawn. Even if it's an idea that somebody already had, she would do it to where she creates it, recreates it for the person. So I
That's so
take
tight.
that and I say, hey, that person is I take her and I tell her like, you're an artist, like that's you're doing the right thing, you know. We have Izzy, my boy Izzy came back with us
Yeah,
for a
Izzy said
while.
he
He
wanted to go
he
back.
left years back and he wanted to pursue the nipple
The reconstruction.
reconstruction
Yeah, yeah.
and he wanted to do it more professional because you had older lady or just ladies in general that are in a
Right.
sensitive
He told me the
situation.
whole get down on the podcast. He said it all. I was like, it's interesting, bro. That whole
Yeah, the,
lifetime.
Yeah, he walked. These people will walk. These ladies will walk into the shop, and we're blasting fucking Ice Cube, no Vaseline, and they're in a fucking. And I'm like, Izzy, you gotta tell me when you got these appointments. Like, are you doing them? If you do them, just text me so I can text everybody. Like, hey, today we're gonna keep a little mild. You know, let's put some Sublime or something. You know, or let's watch a nice movie or something. You know, Elf. You know, like do it
Got a
up to where
Hallmark
you
channel.
yeah, dog. Like, but you don't tell me, so I don't fucking know. And then
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I feel like an asshole because we're jamming out to fucking fuck the police while this
Right,
person's
right,
going through
right.
a sensitive situation, you know? So he ended up leaving, and he had told me, he came up to me, and his eyes kind of like teared up because he didn't know how to tell me. And I'm like, fool, just fucking spit it out. What? You leaving? He's like, yeah, dog, I have to. I'm like, dog, go, bro. Like, go. I don't own anybody, bro. You're not obligated. I'm not gonna be your
Right.
enemy, bro. Like, you're my best friend, bro. Like, do
Right.
whatever is best for you, dog. Go pursue your fucking dream. So he left for a while. One day he came back a couple times and like kick it and hang out. And I'm like, I'm looking at him like, what's up, Izzy? Like, oh damn, 2 times in 2 weeks, like, all right. Then he came again, I'm like, what's up, fool? You ready to come back or what? And he's like, yeah. I was like, you're always welcome, bro. He's like, I feel like I'm going backwards though. I don't see it going backwards, but if you feel that way, then pursue whatever it is that you feel like it's going forward.
Yeah.
But just don't take it as you going backwards. Take it as in maybe you need to take a step back. If you feel like that's a step back, then take a step back so you can move forward. But whatever it is, I told you before when you left that my doors are always open for you. I had the room in the back. But the only reason I had that room was because people walked through that room to go take out the trash and stuff. So I didn't want to give it to nobody because I don't mind people going through my area. It doesn't bother me. But if I rent it out to somebody, I don't want them to be like, damn, fool, I'm paying you rent and then you got people walking through. Like, I didn't want to be like that. So I told him, like, the only room I have available, because the other ones are taken, I only have mine. And I could give it to you if you want it. And that you will go back to the floor, like back to the front. I'm like, fool, I'll tattoo anywhere. I don't care about none of this. I just want a tattoo. And if you need the room, take it. So he came back with us and he's been with us for a while. And I'm actually very happy and excited. He did some really nice oil paintings for this couple, like wedding presents. And he's a really good guy. Good dad,
Right.
good
Solid. Yeah.
person.
Both
He's
you
just
guys,
all
man.
around.
They're all the guys that I know, man. It's like we hold it down.
Sometimes I try to tell them, I don't tell them enough, but I'm very proud of all of them motherfuckers. I'm very proud of everybody. I'm proud of you and your podcast. I'm proud of everybody that's actually doing everything to be better. I'm proud of everybody being a dad, bro, because being a dad is fucking
All
hard, bro.
business. Yeah.
Being a husband, being a boyfriend, being all that, it's hard, bro. And we don't get appreciated enough, or not necessarily appreciated because we do get appreciated, that we just don't get told enough.
Right.
So it's like, hey
You can live
man,
in
like,
that dark cloud for a long time without hearing it.
and
You know what I mean?
exact, and it's because we're just set to provide, bro. We're set to just keep going, bro. And I'm very proud of all my boys, dog. And to top it off, we got Caleb. We got back to the tattoo shop. We got Caleb Trujillo. We got Adam Molina. We got Nate, which is Conscious Child. Then there's my boy Colton Kuntz.
Oh,
And my boys at my shop, these motherfuckers always talking shit because they're like, oh yeah, you fucking love this guy. Like, dog, that little youngster, bro, 2 years into tattooing, did the Arizona Invitational, took fucking best of show.
that's what's up.
I Izzy makes fun of him, tells him that he's autistic, that he has a hyper focus, because this fool would tattoo nonstop for fucking 8 hours, maybe one break, and just does like all the detail in the fucking image, every single
Right.
detail. He's just an amazing fucking artist, bro. Young cat, little white dude, super cool cat, real humble, real religious. And I love that about him, that his faith is real strong. And I think that brings you to a very happy place, like when
Right. Absolutely.
you have a faith into just being a better person and whatever it is that gets you there. I want you around me, bro. Like, that's what I
Yeah.
want. I want you around me. And I will
Right.
talk highly about anybody who's around me with that great energy or with that faith or that great energy or that good person, because I love being around you. You know what I'm saying? I could learn from you. I could learn calmness from this person. I could learn skills from this person or whatever. And I love that shit, you know?
That's just
On
good to
another,
vibe off of, you know?
oh, 100%, bro. And then we have two apprentices, my boy Jesse and then Rick. They're both already tattooing. But yeah, it's like 13 of us, bro. Am I missing somebody? Shit.
That's a solid crew right there, though, dude. It's like, you know, you guys made it like a hub.
Crazy part about that, bro, is that everybody in this shop has been together for very many years. It's not a walk-in shop. We don't have a sign outside. We don't advertise walk-ins. And it's just you're gonna come in and tattoo, and this is your home.
Right.
Treat it like your home. If you have your house messy as hell and trashy, that's how your shop's gonna look.
Right,
So
right,
try
right.
to be as clean as possible. Try to take care of it as if it's your home. You know,
Let it
you make it.
reflect. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and sometimes I'm messy too. Like sometimes I rely too much on my apprentice to handle my shit, and I get back, I'm like, fuck, man, I need to organize my shit. I really need to
Yeah,
get
it
to it, you
happens.
know, because sometimes we forget about it. We try to like move to the next part of our day, you know. But my shop is fucking solid. Or no, I'm not gonna say my shop, it's our shop. It's a solid fucking shop, bro. And
It's like a little, it's a family right there from the sound of it. Ran
yeah,
like a
we have.
family based shop.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. Everybody's super cool. Everybody's super humble, and everybody pushes themselves. You know, everybody pushes themselves to be better as a better human being,
I
though.
wanted to ask you, with everything we spoke about, everything you kind of been through with from your start, you know, where you came up in the rough streets of Compton to being in Arizona to having this family-based shop where all your surroundings and the guys that are working at your shop, you know, with kind of like the that positivity, that energy, right? That you guys have created between you, Izzy, everybody that like this whole crew. What advice would you give to someone as far as like it could be anything. It doesn't have to be tattoo related. Just anything as far as somebody to come up to you and ask advice. All the things you kind of been through, all the your like you made it to 35 finally, right? At times where you may not have made it that far. What would you say as far as suggestion or advice to somebody out there trying to either pursue whatever it is that they want to start or they're in a funk, whatever it could be? What would you say ultimately to sum it all up?
What advice do you have for me? I think that I would just say, like I tell my kids every day, respect yourself.
Yeah,
Because when you respect yourself, you open doors. When you respect yourself, everybody's gonna know that you're a very respectable person and that you don't mean no disrespect to nobody. And that will bring people to you that might have doors that will benefit, like not I'm not gonna say benefit, but that will help you get to where you want to be in life. You know what I'm saying? And you have to learn to listen. You have to learn to listen and and know when to be able to say dumb shit and when
right.
to not say dumb shit. You know, sometimes you gotta shut up and listen and be really respectful to everybody and then make connections and I don't know, man. Like it's hard, bro, because I tell everybody just be the best that you could be. Be the best that you could be.
Hmm.
And it doesn't mean cocky. It doesn't mean cocky. Don't be like, oh, I'm the best. No, it's just be the better person in
Right.
anything you do. If you have your, you know, and we learned this throughout our life. We don't acknowledge or we don't know. We're young. You're young. You're a young kid. You don't understand what anything is. And you're going through trials and you're going through arguments and fights in your head or whatever it is. You got to learn to love. And you're not going to learn it right away, but you got to learn to love. You got to learn to respect and you got to learn to love yourself. When you learn to love yourself, then you have the ability to love your spouse, to love your kids, to have patience, to have that calmness, to be able to reflect and say, "Hey, son, everything's gonna be okay." Whether it's your son or not your son,
Right.
it could be somebody in the street and be like, "Hey, man, it's everything's gonna be okay. If it's not okay right now, it's gonna be okay." It's gonna be a point that's not gonna be okay. Guess what? At the
You're gonna
end,
have to go through that too.
it's still gonna be okay, dog.
Right. You're gonna have to
We
go through that, like you said, you know?
everything. So just understand there's ups and downs to this life. Everybody wants this rainbow and sunshine life, and there is no such thing as rainbow and sunshine life. There's no such thing as a perfect fucking life.
Right.
In your day to day life, there's going to be a lot of good moments, okay moments, and bad moments.
And challenges, right?
Right. So what you do, I said, your life ain't perfect the whole day, right? But you had five great moments. You had a good conversation with your client. You played fetch with your dog. You rode your bike with your rode bikes with your son. You went to the park with your son. You guys had ice cream. At the same time, you had a flat tire. At the same
Right.
time, you had a quick storm and it blew your damn windshield wipers off. Your mom yelled at you. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it
Yeah.
was, you had moments that kind of brought you down.
Right.
But then at the end of the day, you lay down in bed and you look at all the good things and say, it was a good day today. But if you look at all the bad things, then you're gonna say it was a bad day today. Look at
Yeah.
all the positivity, look at all the best thing that happened to you in the day and just make the best of it. So
Well, kind of like you said too about you said you're redirecting where your time is being spent and also making it count as far as prioritizing, right? And the same thing, like if you go clock into your shop, because this is what we do, we come here and we have tasks to do. The minute we get here till it's sometimes it's hard. It won't end, but you just need to know how to like prioritize everything and treat it like your own home. So knocking all those things out. Obviously, we already heard your story about how it started to where you are, how I mean these multiple changes and
one real quick thing, dog. There's a lot of people in this world that think money is everything, bro. And money isn't shit, dog. Money could be made anytime you can make money, whatever it is. You can make money however you want to make it. Doesn't mean shit. I have rich friends, millionaire friends, and I have friends that are at the bottom, not doing bad, but just making, minimum wage and shit. Sometimes it doesn't mean that the rich one is happy, bro. You could be sad in a fucking Corvette, dog. You know what I'm
oh yeah.
saying?
It's back to that social media thing you were talking about, where they'll
Right.
only want to show you
So
the good.
exactly. My advice to everybody is just live your life to the best that you can.
The best
Um,
version of yourself too, like the best picture, you know?
best
Another,
version of
yeah,
yourself, and don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry
right.
about how other people are living, and just do you. At the end of the day, we all live, and we're all gonna die, bro. The only thing that matters is what we do for ourselves and for our families. I want to be the best for my son, for my daughters, for my wife. And if I wasn't the best today, then that means I have to be better tomorrow. At the end of the day, just be better and live your life. Like if I die tomorrow, it could be a million fucking people there for me, or it could be my mom, my dad, and my immediate family, my brother and my kids and my wife. And that's all I really care for. You know what I'm saying?
That's what matters most.
That's
That's
what
like,
matters most.
yeah,
And it's like everybody else, I love them. I've met a lot of friends, a lot of acquaintances, a lot of good connections, a lot of good people, a lot of good souls, but they love theirs. At the end of the day, we had to grow up. At the end of the day, being tattoo artist is not a rock star living. It is in the beginning if you that's the way you want to live it, but it's a very fast life. I
yeah,
think that it gets really tiring. It gets really burnt out. At the end of the day, there's always gonna be another little motherfucker that's gonna be dope as fuck. And it's
right.
gonna be way tighter than the next one. You're never gonna be the best one. And even when you are the best, if you are the one of the top ones, you're still gonna end up getting washed out.
Right.
So I'd rather be a good person, a good artist, and just live my life than try to be somebody who's everybody's trying to take down.
You'd rather be remembered as by the moments versus, oh, like there's only one thing they can relate with you, right? They can only say, oh, I just know him as the artist, oh, the tattoo artist versus I had a solid interaction with him or this really stuck out or whatever the case. That kind of speaks levels, I think.
Izzy has helped me in moments where I'm at my lowest, and he would open my eyes to not tell me what I'm doing wrong,
Hmm.
but to call me out on my bullshit. Like, hey, dog, you're being petty.
Right. It
I'm
puts you in
like,
check. We know
like
that we need those friends to put you in check. He said it himself in our pod and episode. He said he missed that environment, being surrounded about inspiration and those others that you can be inspired by others, not just in your own corner where it's tough. You know, I know he was getting kind of not that he felt like he was plateauing, but he needed that shop environment. He needed to go back to that, you know, and he was telling me he was like, I missed that. And this is as organic as it gets because we haven't seen each other since. Man, I haven't seen you since when? It was like 2000, what would you
18.
say? 18,
People
right?
think that this life is all about winning, bro. It's about the L's, bro.
It's all about how you come on the other end too. That's what,
One win. How many L's did you take before you got that one
right?
win, bro?
A trial and error, trials and tribulations, all that.
If I go to a convention and I enter 10 tattoos in the same category, bro, and one wins, to me, I took 9 L's. I took 9 L's, but one
To
won
get that
from
one win. Yeah.
one tattoo, and I win with one tattoo. Then I was like, that's
That's a
dope.
win. Yeah.
That's a win.
That's a
But if
hard
I
win.
enter
Yeah.
9 of them, if I enter 10 of them, and I lose 9 and win one, dog, did I really win?
Hey
Appreciate you,
man,
dog.
well, where can everybody find you? Give your Instagram, the shop Instagram.
Shit, I'm Cesar Garcia. My Instagram tag name is CesarGee. That's CesarGee. No spaces, no underscores, no nothing. Straight CesarG. And then my shop IG is Collective Art Tattoo. Spelled how it's no spaces, no nothing. Collective Art Tattoo.
Mesa, Arizona.
Mesa, Arizona, dog. Appointment only, but shit, I'm always
Get
traveling.
in
I'm
though.
always
You
trying to
guys are
hit.
gonna see his work when I slideshow the work. You guys will see all the things of these guys and the artists. If you're in the area, definitely reach out to these guys.
And even if people wanna, I always have people message me on some other shit too, like as far as like if
Well,
you guys
like
just need.
mentor too, you know, questions and
I
all that. I feel like you're easy to. You guys heard it.
I
Easy to talk
always
to, Caesar.
I always tell people like as long as you're cool with me, if you have any questions about anything, or even if you need somebody to listen to, like a lot of my friends or even acquaintances that I don't really talk to that they're going through something. One of my boys hit me up and he was like kind of in a rough spot, and I know everybody's been in a little rough spot right now.
Right.
I said, look, man, all I could provide is that if you want to go out lunch and you want to vent to me, I will have no input as far as just listening. You could
Right.
tell me everything. I will not judge you, and nobody will hear about what you're going through, dog. And I will never judge nobody. And us as men, I think we hold in too much. So if anybody ever wants to talk and just reach out to me, I'll fucking listen. Again, I think that everybody needs that venting or that outsource to somebody who
Right.
could just be there. As a man, I'm there to be with my fellow men, like shit.
Right.
You could always count on me. I will always answer. And if I don't answer, shoot me a text like, yo, it's important,
Right.
or can you call me right now? And if it's important, I'll right then and there, let's do it. What's up?
Absolutely,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? I'll put whatever it is I'm doing on pause,
I
bro. But
appreciate you so
yes.
much allowing us to have this sit down too, because I know it was hard for us to like take time out of our days and stuff. And but this has been dope, man. This has been really good conversation, especially
uh,
how I planned it would be. Like you said, I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but I was like, dude, don't worry, we're just gonna talk. Chronicles of Caesar over here, yeah.
it's crazy, bro. Like, I mean, it's not crazy as other people because I
But
never try to
just it's just to say, hey, like it's pretty impactful, you know.
yeah, if I could help
Yeah,
out anybody, like I always tell people, like if I could help out somebody who's going through something rough, I'll help them out, bro. You know what I'm
absolutely,
saying?
bro.
I don't have money. I can't help you with that, man. But
Yeah,
I help you on some other shit. Like
right,
I
right,
help you
right.
on listening and stuff.
This has been Tattooing Out Loud, man. Again, our homeboy Caesar came through. Appreciate it, guys. For those of you listening to the end, man, appreciate it. Make sure to check out his work, like, subscribe to all the channel and stuff. A little bit of a highlight here with his shop and all the amazing artists. And again, this is one of my peers. This is one of my bros. So appreciate you guys kind of listening in, and also Caesar for taking this time to lay it all out. And we'll have this volume 2 coming soon, huh? That'll
We'll
be
go deep on
solid,
some
bro.
shit where people are gonna want to listen to the next one, bro. Like
Right.
this, so it'll be dope.
I
Thank you for
appreciate
having
you,
me, bro.
man. Thank you, brother. Yep. Later on,
Peace and
yo.
love, bro.